Hi, beautiful human. I'm Zach, and we are backstage here at Tomorrowland Media Village. I'm here with a human being who has curated a Summer Sessions playlist for you. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. Also, they have an Amazon original that I want to talk about as well. Say hello to James Hype.
Hello.
You're a fascinating guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're very transparent on the internet. Can I ask why? Like, what is it? Like, why?
I like telling the story of how I ended up here because I think that I can inspire other people because I'm no different to them. And I was just a guy who loved music, who became a DJ, and I was so bad when I started. And then I started producing music, and I was so bad at that as well. And I just kept going and kept going. And now I'm in a place where people actually sometimes think the music I make is good. So
Sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. It doesn't always work.
But that's a part of the process, right?
Of course, yeah.
It'd be really weird if they liked everything.
Yeah.
So can you...
It'd be good. It'd be cool.
But would the wins mean the same if people liked everything?
No, 100% no. You need the lows for the highs to mean anything.
That moment where your set goes viral, right? Like, and it goes viral months after you end up posting onto YouTube. Is that the moment you realize that you actually know what you're doing or could know what you're doing in this game?
Yeah, but you have them over and over again because you may have that moment where your set goes viral, but then you'll try and replicate that for the next 2 years and it never goes viral. And then another one will go viral and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then, yeah. And
is that what you did?
Nothing again. It's always like that, man. It's always... You keep on walking along, and then all of a sudden, whoa, something crazy happens. Whoa, you just made Ferrari, and then you just keep walking along, and you keep walking along, and it's just a constant day after day doing it. And every so often, one of those things you do moves the needle, and people are like, oh.
You have that big set that goes viral again months after you post it, and you just shared the story a couple weeks ago. Again, you rehashed it, but does that set like? Do you then just try to duplicate that over and over again? And then when do you realize that the duplication is just not going to work out for you?
It's not as straightforward as duplicating it over and over because obviously that's in that context. It was me mixing one track into one other track. So it was a very specific thing.
Totally.
But in terms of like
what pushes you, I guess.
In terms of like the style of DJing, that would be something that I was like, oh yeah, if I do a bit more of this, then I'm going to reach more people just throughout the same thing.
Well, one of the things you do is you do play on 4 decks. Can you explain to me like what that actually means?
Well, I think the majority of the time I'd be playing on 3 decks.
Okay.
4 is quite extreme, but it does happen. So a lot of the time I'll be mixing 2 different records and then have another vocal on another deck going at the same time.
But you have 4 as an option every time?
Yeah.
Got it.
And there are transitions that I've done in the past that use 4 decks. Like there'll be one with maybe a synth sample and then 2 tracks and then one with a vocal sample, and trying to like juggle all of them and get them all to drop at the perfect moment.
Is that what you get off on? Like,
That,
like
I need the risk. I need chaos, and that goes for like every part of my life, whether that's kind of touring or on the stage playing a DJ set. I need the chaos.
So when you're teaching at Harvard, how do you teach that to a class of individuals? Because you're teaching music theory and how to DJ, but the reality is a part of what makes you a great DJ is chaos, right?
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't teaching as specifically as that. I was more just sharing what I'd learned along my path.
Is there a piece of knowledge you actually feel like you instilled in these students that resonated with them?
It's a good question. I think the recurring theme throughout my whole speech was just keep fucking going.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna start out really bad and it's gonna suck, but you have to keep going and you have to do it day after day, year after year, and then one day you might get to a point where something actually clicks.
I agree with that wholeheartedly with every fiber of my being. I think that like consistency is everything, and getting 100%. Up and taking a swing, even if nobody's listening or gives a shit that you're swinging, it is super vital. It's like the only thing that will end up changing your life or not. So you start off like shit, but like, how are you figuring it out as you go? Because music is different. Yes, it's like, it's tech and technology and understanding the resources and how to make it, but it's also sonics in your ear and it's what you hear in your head, right? So
yeah,
is a part of being great being able to translate what you hear in your head to a deck or to a audio files or what have you?
Yes, 100%. It's like speaking a language. That's the way I see it. Like when I first started making music, I didn't really know how to speak the language. I had something in my head that I wanted to say, but when I was trying to do that in the software, it always ended up sounding like something else. And I remember there were a couple of moments in my career where I first made the thing that I heard in my head, and it sounded the same in the DAW on the computer, and it's just the most incredible feeling.
Do you remember that moment, the first moment?
I remember a couple of moments like in my basement studio when I first moved to London, and it was like late at night, and I'm like, no way, that sounds like my imagination. And then there's still days where I can't make what I hear in my head. But I'm way more accurate at it now than I used to be.
So how do you figure, like, where is the learning curve? Like, what do you have to learn to translate your thought into actual sound?
If there was a checklist. There's just a lot of understanding of how different things affect music. Like in dance music, the kick drum is so important. The shape of the kick drum, the tonality of the kick drum can like completely transform the feel of a track. And then there's the sort of the basics of sound design, like what the different waveforms are and what they sound like. And once you pick those things up, then you can kind of get an idea of how to make it sound more like this and less like this. And there's also a lot to be said for understanding different genres and stuff as well, because that can teach you stuff that might not directly relate to me making house music, but then you'll apply that knowledge randomly one day and you'll be like, oh yeah.
By the way, like two totally different crafts happening simultaneously to be a great DJ, right? Like there's the sonics and the musicianship, but then there's like also a psychological part of it where you have to read people and understand a crowd and understand energy and understand where people want to go and how to bring them there. And that's a whole other set of skills, no?
Yeah, it is a whole other set of skills. And it's interesting because what we refer to as the biggest DJs in the world, they're actually the biggest record producers in the world, you know? And I almost feel like the original craft of DJing, that was something that people were doing back in the dark, dingy nightclubs in the 1970s and stuff. Whereas now, when we're all on the big stage, it's more we've made a big record, we want to show the people the big record, and the original sort of reading of the crowd is less of a big thing. Like I started my journey playing in dark, dingy nightclubs for years.
Is it true that like you DJ'd at a club that was like in a shopping center?
I've definitely DJ'd at some clubs in a shopping center. Yeah.
Is there anything you learned from those gigs that carry through today? That you apply to Vegas, you apply here?
100%. Like, people, when presented with music, are all the same. Like, and it sounds like really... It sounds like I'm just trying to dumb the whole thing down.
Basic
but it's so true. Like we all react the same way to certain sounds. There's certain feelings that we all get from the same type of music, and the more you can sort of absorb that into your brain, then you can put me in front of a crowd anywhere in the world, and I'm not saying like 100% that I'll be able to pull it off, but I'm going to have a pretty good idea of how to make those people move, and that comes from hours and hours and hours playing in the worst clubs in the world. Literally. And the other thing is as well, when you're playing in these awful clubs, you've got awful sound, awful lighting, everything is stacked against you. As soon as you get to Tomorrowland or something, it's so easy.
Because you're climbing up a ginormous mountain.
Yeah.
Like everything is stacked against you. If you can do a great set in the shittiest of rooms, or to like 4 people in some dungeon, you can kill any fucker. It's so real. You did an Amazon Music original for us. It's called "Don't Wake Me Up." Do you remember it at all?
It was very recent. Yeah.
Can you explain to me like what that process was like? Did you give us a song that you had chilling on a hard drive? Did you craft something new for us? Did you remix something?
Well, I remixed my own record, so
weird.
It was all right though. Like I've tried to do that in the past, and it's really tough. But this one came together quite fast. So I released my own record, "Don't Wake Me Up," in April. And then we decided to do the Amazon original remix. And I was listening to a lot of garage music at the time and a lot of sort of faster sounds. And I just started playing around with a bass line. And all of a sudden I had this vibe going that was similar to the original of "Don't Wake Me Up," but way more like made your face go like, you know. So I just developed that idea out, and then it became a whole track, and now it lives on Amazon Music.
Is that Amazon Music original the way you intended that song to sound, or was the original the way you intended it to sound?
Oh, the original was the way I intended it to sound, but this one's still fun.
You got to listen to it. It's all on Amazon Music. Plus, there is a Summer Sessions playlist that you created for us, so I thank you very much. If you're looking for a song of the summer, James Hype has some suggestions. It's all there. Thanks for hanging. I could literally, talk to you for a long time.
Thank you, man.
You're an icon. Thanks for hanging. James Hype, everybody.